back with some trade targets. We're trying to snipe these little boys on some people's teams right now. I got Scatty up in the top corner. He's a little Chuck Norris. He's got the scope on these motherfuckers. And he's taking out the ankles. He's saying, I'm going to take you, I'm going to take you, and then I'm going to run up my fucking fantasy team. Ain't that right, Scatty? What's that schedule? What's that record looking like, right?
No, we're talking about another league. I'm getting the other league, so we're just not even going to talk about the other league right now.
Yeah, but this is the Trade 4 show. We're a 12-man PPR kind of setup. That's just how we run it. And we're going to get straight into it. So, Mr. Yeah, can you give me your pick?
Yeah, I'll give you that pick, bud. I'll give you that pick like George Pitt. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, chill, Daddy. Come on. Go on.
First one we got. We can talk about it like we were talking about it before. That's Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford. What's that?
Yeah, when you said Ford, I said because that makes me think of when I go to trade for Jerome Ford. I want Kareem Hunt at the goal line. I want pass catching.
Jerome Ford already has 4 in his target, so that just means you got to trade for him right now.
Yeah, Jerome Ford likes to get bent over like a fucking, I don't know, porn star, bro. I don't
Jerome
really
Ford.
care for Jerome Ford. I mean, look, what has Jerome Ford been done? He's the first and second down guy. He's the first and second down. Kareem's coming out on that third down. Who's throwing Kareem in that end zone, baby? Kareem Hunt has had 3 touchdowns in the past 2 games. Since coming signing off.
The only thing with Jerome Ford is, like you said, he's that first and second down back, but he was hurt last week, and he got hurt the previous game before, so he only put up 5 last week, but before that he's put up 15, 12, 9, 20, 25. That's way better than Kareem Hunt's been.
Well, I think we should make a bet, and we have not made a bet on this show yet. We are making a Zen bet, baby. Let's fucking do it. Yeah. So right now, Scotty, the bet will be this: whoever has the most points in a PPR setup next week between Ford or Kareem Hunt wins. The other has to do a Zen for the entire Trade 4 podcast.
How about we do who is the better back of the year? After
no, we need something quick. Son, because we got to turn around next week.
I'm investing the rest of the year. I'm not investing in just 1 week. That's my investment.
Hey, you see, guys, he's not confident. I'm confident.
I am confident, but not next week.
It doesn't sound like it, man. It doesn't sound like it. So
yeah, you're right, man. I'm just a fucking bitch, is what I am.
Hey, my target is Monty. Pick up Monty because he's going to Dubai this week, and nobody wants to have a.
Why would you pick up Monty?
Why? Why would listen? You mean tell you why? Let me tell you why. Because when he's coming out of Dubai, hold on, let me pull up my phone.
Dude, why would you pick up Monty? He's going to Dubai. If I'm over, I don't have a win this year. Am I picking up Monty? No.
Listen, I'm talking about everybody, not you. I'm talking about people like me who have winning records. So
winning record.
Look, so like what I'm trying to do is this.
Just cut half our audience in half by saying because half the audience doesn't.
I'm picking up. Listen, let me talk. I'm going to slap you like a little silly boy. But, all right. So, Monty, I'm picking it up because he's coming out of the bye. And guess who he plays coming out of the bye? Take a guess, Scotty. He plays the Raiders. He plays. Who else does he play? The Chargers. Who does he play? Green freaking Bay.
I don't know if I pick up Monty.
Well, that's why. That's why you ain't it, boy. That's why I got here.
That's why you're it.
That's why I'm doing this, boy.
Mr.
3 and 4 in the bottom of this playoff, son.
Mr. 3 and 4. Bro, you have 2 more wins than I do. Dude, you're crazy.
See that?
Listen.
I'm fucking daddy.
We haven't seen the game yet. We're recording this before the Monday Night Football game. But when Jahmyr Gibbs drops a 35-piece on your head, on Raiders' head, Monty's going to take a spot on that fucking pine, son.
A 35-piece. Fuck out of here, boy. They love Monty. Gibbs was forced into this role. He was literally the last man standing. That's what happened with Gibbs.
He wasn't forced. He was ready, per Dan Campbell.
No, Dan Campbell said that. He's like, well, we don't have anyone else, so Gibbs is just going to have to suit up and do what he's going to take over. That's what he said. And guess what? When Monty is healthy, what happens? What happens when Monty's healthy?
What happens?
All the fucking touches. He gets all the goal line touches. He gets all the fucking touches. Now, Gibbs will catch passes. He will catch passes. But guess what? Monty going to get in that end zone. Give me your next one. Come on now. I love the feistiness of this pod right now. We've been needing this.
I don't know about that one, but next one, I got Kenneth Walker. He had a down week this past week. He broke off a large chunk play for basically half his points. He only scored 8, but I think coming up here, I think he could be pretty good. Now, Seattle has already had the bye, which is good. They've had it week 5.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about bye plays for him anymore. You can just plug and play him the rest of the year. And he's easily a RB1 on your team. Especially, the only issue with him is you have Zach Charbonnet taking away the carries, who's a pretty good back as well. But all it takes is Kenneth Walker, a few catches in the backfield, a few chunk plays like last week, and he'll be fine.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Charbonnet's not really a threat to Kenneth. Kenneth is the guy. I mean, if you could somehow get him. I'm curious how managers feel about him, especially too just how the RBs are so like kind of spruce this year and this time of year. But I got the better Seattle pickup than Mr. Kenneth Walker.
Ooh, okay, let's hear it. DK?
Got my tongue out. Yeah. Mr. DK. And the reason why I'm picking up DK is Tyler Lockett. He had the little tutty this week. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, whatever. DK had 14 targets this week. He had 14 freaking targets. Who's going to get pushed out of the system first? Is it going to be DK? Is it going to be JSN? Is it going to be, I guess you got to put Bobo in there now because the fucking Bobo's been doing the thing. Or is it going to be Tyler Lockett? I assume it's going to be Tyler Lockett, who is probably going to be out the door by the end of the year. And currently DK has been struggling this year. Now, when I say get DK, I'm not saying trade away someone super crazy to get him. I'm saying, what can I get? Is this pennies on the dollar? Because if it's pennies on the dollar, that's where I want to gobble it up. So I'm trying to find, someone who has maybe had a high week this week or something. I'd be curious, maybe like a Josh Downs, who's been consistent and who has been putting up decent points and came off the previous week. I think he put up 22. I mean, I don't know if that would be quite you'd be able to move the needle or not, but that's the kind of caliber person I'm thinking of to possibly just we're just trying to steal DK here. We're not really trying to put a good trade out for him. So
yeah, I like that. Especially if that person with DK is 1-7 or 2-6 or a losing record. I think that could be a good play.
Oh yeah.
But all right, moving on here. My last one, I have Hollywood Brown, and you're basically betting on the fact that Kyler Murray is going to come back because they do have a tough schedule coming up here. They got Cleveland, Atlanta, and Houston. But after that, it gets pretty easy. He could be a good playoff play. So maybe if you're undefeated this year or you only have one loss, getting Hollywood Brown in your flex spot could be a decent play, especially when you start to think about playoffs. And moving forward here, we're actually going to make a playoff show about players you should pick that maybe have easy schedules. So we need to hop on that. We'll probably release that either this week or sometime next week. But I think Hollywood Brown would be a good candidate to be one of those guys.
Yeah, y'all slap us around in the comments, boy. We'll get fucking fired up. We'll, put a little furnace to us, But, so I was talking to Scotty a little bit previous to the podcast. I think with Hollywood Brown, what you need to do is this. Like you said, it's completely dependent on Kyler Murray. But if you're trying to pull him off the team, you need to notify this manager, be like, hey, is Kyler, ask him, hey, do you know if Kyler Murray's coming back? He's going to be like, no, I don't know. Or they might say, oh, he might be coming back. Well, the coach already came out after the loss this week saying Josh Dobbs is a starter next week. He came out and said that. Now, the GOAT has been playing a little bit of mind games and stuff like that. So we don't know if that's quite true or not true. But with the Cardinals, if Kyler goes and plays this year and gets injured, there's going to be a lot of guaranteed money that they're going to have to pay Kyler. And now they're projected for the number 1 pick. So possibly this team could keep Kyler, on the PUP list and then put him back on the PUP list, and then they could take that draft pick they got and then sell it to someone else because, a lot of people are wanting Caleb Williams right now. So they could put more drafts into their actual team and make the team better for next year. So that's something you might want to tell that manager, and you might be able to you are right. You're not it's not you're trying to get one over on, but just kind of be like, well, that this is a situation with him, and then you might be able to talk him down to get Hollywood. Because, like I said, if Kyler does come back, we've seen him be wide receiver 1 season. And I feel like he could be a league winner if Kyler comes back.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's your last one, boy?
My last one is someone I said the previous week, and I actually did a trade in my work league when he was on bye. I got Pickens for Higgins. And Higgins, this past week, only had 11 points. He didn't do really anything crazy. So everyone was hyping up, Higgins, bye, Higgins. And this manager who's watching shows like this is hearing people say that, and then Higgins goes out there and puts out 11. Well, guess what? Now he's feeling like, well, he's just feeling like a mediocre. Like, it doesn't feel great, doesn't feel good. It just kind of feels whatever. But Joe Burrow was like 28 for 32, 3 tutties, and was on point. Like, this team is starting to get back into their groove. And when you drafted Higgins, you drafted him not to put up 20 points each week. He's going to have a week like this, and then there's another week he's going to have a 25-point game. That's just how it works with Higgins. It's the same thing with Devontae. The same thing with, well, people thought with Olave, but he really hadn't came out to do anything. But the same thing with Waddle. Waddle's going to have some weeks where he's putting up 10, but then it's like this week he's going to put up those 20s. I would try to buy Higgins if you can, because this team is turning that turn like they normally do, turning the turn. They're turning around the corner. And this is someone you definitely would love to have. That can definitely give you some good ceiling on your team. And I think you could still get him for a low value kind of right now, because it's still kind of like, hey, he's really not doing anything for my team.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's been the trade for session. So if y'all like this, be sure to drop a comment. Be sure to say some crazy shit in the comments, because we like saying some crazy shit.
Hey, say some out of pocket shit. I want to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, you know what? In the comments, let us know your most out of pocket thing you've said this week. Drop that in the comments.
Yeah,
we love to hear.
I don't get canceled on that, man.
Yeah, hey, you get canceled with us. So, all right, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.